Hello everyone, this is Best Buy Live Trading. This is our market update and market outlook video for the first week of November. Last week on Friday, we had a test of the low of Thursday, not filling the gap on SPX that exists from the Friday of the 24th. The cycle here tells us that we are in some sort of a downward trend trying since the 10 a.m. top of Wednesday, 29th of October. Last week on Thursday and Friday, we have been barcoding and have been testing below and back above and below the bottom of the J Powell FOMC candle from the 29th of when. If the market is going to continue some sort of a downward move this week, it is important to keep in mind this horizontal sloping support we have from last week from the 13th to the 21st into the 23rd. There is an area of interest here at the gap below at 6,810 as well as 6,750 on the SPX. The 2-hour RSI and MACD suggests that we were overbought into the end of the month and we have been pulling back into Friday. We will see if this MACD continues to go towards the position of being neutral. Into the week, we have earnings, as well as some data coming out. Earnings for Palantir on Monday, and Advanced Micro Devices on Tuesday. The Invesco QQQ is still in a bullish MACD environment, but we have received another top signal on the Wednesday of the 29th, end of October, and got a hanging man onto the Thursday and Friday. We will see what happens here into the week. There is also a horizontal sloping support as well as a major gap on the Qs at 618 as well as 611. We will see what happens with that. It is important to note that the gap on the Nasdaq and QQQ is now 4 days long. Another important thing to see is that the volatility index has stayed green on the daily candles into last week, and the VIX has been prevented from going neutral or turning back red. The SPX put to call ratio shows us that there are 250,000 puts expiring tomorrow and 210,000 calls expiring on SPX on November 3rd, putting us at 1.21 and 1.48 for the day after. And SPY showing the same ratio as well. We are currently being held up by the market by technologies such as Amazon, Tesla, Palantir, Netflix, Oracle, and AMD. We will need to have our eyes on the QQQ going into the week. The last chart I want to share before the video end is this SPX one-day chart. It shows that there were some sort of profit taking at the top at 6,890-ish for the last 4 intraday market sessions. There are also 2 SPX and the Nasdaq QQQ gaps that still exist below, so we will need to be cautious going into the month of November. For this week, we'll be on Palantir on Monday as well as AMD on Tuesday. Palantir has been on a meteoric rise since last week of Wednesday, October 22nd, and its sister Tesla has also been on a rise along with it. The earnings is scheduled for market open on Monday, tomorrow, November 3rd, 2025. It is important to look at the Palantir's MACD and RSI that is holding up every day of last week on every market session. Most likely Palantir, along with Tesla and AMD, coming out with its earning on Monday and Tuesday, will be a leading market factor for the QQQ in the short-term foreseeable future. Please hit the like and subscribe button on this video and the channel. Thank you very much, and we will see you on our next live